Hi guys, this is Blowjos, and today I'm going to be giving you a video review of the Neca-Prometheus figures from Series 1. We've got both the engineer in the pressure suit and the engineer in the chair suit. These hit stores maybe 3 weeks ago or so. It's November 15th, pardon me. And yeah, these are cool figures. Let's get right into this packaging. So, just like all of NECA's previous releases that were related to the Alien line, they come in a clamshell, which is very sturdy and holds the figure very well. The art inside is great. It's, if you can make it out there, it's kind of what's inside the structure in the movie Prometheus, and everything just looks really nice on these. On the back you've got some frames from the movie, and I believe this is a picture of the toy. I'm not sure if that's a picture of the, no, you know what? That's a picture of the actual image, I believe. And then this one is a picture of the toy. So you know what? Maybe these are pictures of the toys. I have no idea. They're just that good. But both have the same art above the pictures of the figures. Sorry, the same still frames, and both have a, I believe it's the same write-up, so I'll zoom in on this one. If you guys want, you can pause and read it. But, very solid packaging, very classic and reminiscent of NECA. Now, the only thing that I had a problem with was taking the figures out, because the chair suit in particular has the small wires and such on it. I didn't want to break that, and I just found when I was pulling it out, the arms are kind of threaded in behind the plastic bubble, and I just found when I was taking it out, it was very difficult, I'll say. But nevertheless, got the figures out. Nice packaging, very sturdy, very solid. We'll toss that aside and bring in the figures. So here we have the pressure suit, and here is the chair suit. Both are incredible sculpts. You know what? I'm going to switch these around so that the black background kind of doesn't contrast with the figure there. There we go. Alright, so here are the two figures, and I gotta say, guys, right out of the package, wow, these sculpts are amazing. The likeness is incredible. Like, look at this face. Here, let's see if I can just zoom in on the face. It looks just like the CGI model. It's incredible. And then all the sculpted, detail in the arms and the legs, and it's just crazy what they did here. A ridiculous amount of detail, and everything looks great. That's the pressure suit figure, and the exact same can be said for the chair suit. Like, it's ridiculous the amount of sculpting that went into this figure, and I was just blown away. I took it out of the package and I was like, whoa, these are incredible, and everything looks great. The reason why I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10 is because the hands on the pressure suit in particular feel kind of small to me, and they're on both figures, they're both kind of useless. They can't really hold anything. You know, they're nice, but they're very small, I find. The sculpt is pretty decent though, and the sculpt in particular on the pressure suit actually hinders the articulation, but I'll go over that in a minute or so. So it's not enough to be a deal breaker, but like these just feel like they would have done a little bit better if the hands maybe had, like, maybe if they came with separate hands so you could swap them out, or different little things like that. But as it is, these figures are great for articulation. There's a lot of it, and they're just a little bit hindered by the sculpt. But again, I'll go into that in a little bit. Now the paintwork on these guys is very well done as well. It's not incredible, but it's decent. Because both of these figures are primarily, you know, the pressure suit is primarily white, and the chair suit is primarily black. All they've really had to do is put a wash over top of that. Now on the chair suit, it looks very well, very good, very well done. It's just kind of like a silver highlight that they've done over the body, and it really brings out the sculptural details on it. Now on the pressure suit, it's a little bit weaker. They've tried to do this transitional thing on the arm, where it goes from dark into light like it did on the movie, but it's not very well done. It feels very much like a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a sharp cutoff. It's very much like, it's not transitional, it's very much like abrupt, and it feels not very well done. Same thing with the head. Feels like a little bit too much of like a dark right up into a white, and his posterior as well is just this dark brown, and I'm not sure why. But the paintwork is well done for what it is. It's very decent for NECA, and I'll give it 8.5 out of 10. Now as for articulation, there's lots of it, and a lot of it is very good. Here, I'll move the pressure suit aside for now and just chat about the chair suit. I'm going to turn on a light here, see if that'll affect the situation. Maybe it'll harm it. Yeah, it's not going to do any good. Okay, so for the chair suit, we've got a decent amount of articulation. The head is on a ball joint, which is not hindered by his trunk at the bottom here. As you can see, mine's a little bit warped. But it's got a decent range of motion. You can get him looking in a lot of directions. He's got ball-jointed shoulders, which are very nicely done. They're ball and socket, so it works a bit more like a swivel, unfortunately. He's got swivel at the bicep, ball and socket elbows, but there's these kind of flaps on the side, so you can't get a lot of range out of that. I guess that's why they gave him the bicep swivels. And the hands are on a very good ball joint. You can get a decent amount of articulation out of that. He's got an ab crunch underneath this rubberized outer portion. Now, both his chest and his pelvis are covered in this rubberized portion, which was a smart choice on NECA's part, because a lot of this stuff rubs up against each other. But decent. His legs have, I believe they're kind of like a swivel ball in socket as well. His knees are swivel and ball and socket again, and his ankles are on a ball joint. So the chair suit has great articulation. Now we move on to the pressure suit, and things kind of go downhill again. The head is on a ball joint, which does have a decent range of motion. And his torso is also on a ball joint. And again, with the pressure suit as well as the chair suit, this lower portion is covered in like a rubberized outfit. And you can get some decent range out of that. Then you get to the thigh, where the leg connects to the butt, and things just aren't that very well done, I find. This is about as far out as you can get the legs to go. And when you turn them, you can't really move them upward, so this guy's not going to be sitting, like, ever. Things just aren't working out for him there. And then the shoulders as well. That's about, I've got them pulled out about as far as you can get them from the body without breaking him. It just feels like if I pull it any farther, he's going to break. And it just feels very limited in the shoulders and the butt area, I guess you would say. But everything else is very nicely done on this figure. Again, his wrists are on a ball joint, just like the chair suit. And his elbows are a swivel hinge, as are his knees and ankles. They're a swivel hinge, but it works a lot like a ball joint. So what he does have is nice. It's just that the range is not as good as one would hope it would be. So for articulation, I'm going to give these guys, I'm going to give them a solid 8 out of 10. Now for accessories, unfortunately neither of these guys comes with anything, but there isn't really much that you could have put them with. Like, when you think about the movie, all that they really had was maybe it would have been cool to get one of the vases that had the black goo in it, or maybe well, I don't know, the little thing from the beginning of the movie that the engineer drinks. I don't know. That's all I can really come up with. So it doesn't really hinder them that much that they don't come with accessories, but it would have been nice to see like a little pack in. Now for value. I believe in the States you can get these guys for anywhere from $17 to $25, depending on which retailer you go to. And that's very similar to Canada right now. Canada, you can get them for about $19 to $25. And that's very solid value. These are large figures, and they, you know, they would hold up to serious play. And I mean, that's pretty good value. Overall, I'm going to give these guys a 9 out of 10. I may be a little bit biased because the Alien movies and the Predator and Prometheus, those are some of my favorite movies, and I personally love the character design of the engineer. I just wish that the articulation wasn't so hindered on these guys. I could even forgive the paintwork if the articulation was a bit better. Now, saying that, these guys do have very good articulation. I just wish it was, you know, that extra step that would have got them a little bit further, would have made them that much more kick-ass. That being said, this is the end of this review. These guys, solid value, 9 out of 10. If you can get these guys, get them soon because they're going to be gone right away. Series 2, I believe, is going to have Holloway and David, which I will be picking up. These guys are great, look great in the collection. I've got mine posed with my AVPR Alien, which, as you can see, is a little bit taller than the chair, or than the pressure suit, but it looks great together. So all that being said, this is the end of this review. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Talk to you guys later. This is Blojo signing out.